out again.
You should upgrade to an electric heat pump.
Isn't that expensive?
No, it's worth it. It can heat even when it's minus 30, cools when it gets warmer. Plus, there's a government program to help cover most of the costs up front.
Huh, coffee's on me then.
To see if you're eligible for the Oil to Heat Pump Affordability Program, visit canada.ca/heat pumps or call 1-800-O-CANADA. A message from the Government of Canada.
Touchdown.
Great catch.
Give me a high five.
5 minutes later.
Interception.
Awesome play.
Give me a high five.
2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2-for-1 Pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant... never mind. I'm hungry.
High five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
2-for-1 Pizza. 2-for-1.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I don't want to say I'm a big deal, but I am a superhero. I love helping people consolidate their debts, and that's what I did for the Smiths. I took their bills and zoom! Wha-bam! Zap! Turn them into one low monthly payment. No, the sound's not necessary, but it's part of the fun.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
Did you know that if you're 50 or older, RSV may be serious for you? Help protect yourself with Arexvy, Canada's first RSV vaccine. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Arexvy. Arexvy is a vaccine that helps protect adults 50 to 59 years old at increased risk and adults 60 years and older from lower lung disease caused by respiratory syncytial virus, RSV. 100% protection not guaranteed. Adverse events may occur. Visit arexvy.ca.
The all-electric Honda Prologue SUV is here at your local Ontario Honda dealer. And with features perfect for the city and the backcountry, like all-wheel drive for tougher winter roads and a range up to 450 kilometers on a full charge, you may think Honda made an electric SUV just for Ontario. Get up to a $12,000 Honda bonus on all remaining 2024 Prologue models. Plus, qualified Honda owners get an additional $2,000 loyalty bonus. OAC conditions apply. Range based on combined city and highway. Bonus available when you lease or finance through HFS at a standard rate. See HondaOntario.com.
This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
And on the road tonight, facing the Pacers 6-4 in their last 10, coming off a loss against Denver, and seated fourth in the East, but only a half game ahead of Milwaukee. Let's go over to Paul Jones and Javon Shepard. And so, Jonesy, the Pacers have something to play for tonight, an important game for them, and the Raptors without Scotty.
They're trying to climb up and get as far up as they can. And listen, right now, one of the teams that I wouldn't say has people worried, but I'm not so sure, Javon, people want to be in like the 4 spot and have to face, or the 3 spot and have to face a team like Detroit. Detroit's on a bit of a run right now.
Detroit is groovy.
They're young and they're free. And if you're Indiana, you're like, you know what? We made it to the conference finals last year. We'd rather not see these young cats.
Well, here's the thing with Detroit, too. Nobody expects it of them, and they know it, right? And when you're in that situation where there's a low bar, low expectation, you can't fail, right? Everything is uphill. So, to your point, yeah, they're playing exceptional basketball. Cade Cunningham is playing tremendous. So that's a team you're definitely looking out for.
So if you're Indiana, you're trying to stay away from that. You're trying to stay away from any chance. But listen, we still have 24, 25 games left. A lot can happen. And if you're the Pacers, you're just trying to gather wins. Indiana had I think a slow start to the season, Javon, partially due to their long run last year, and it happens with teams. You get to the conference final, or you get to the NBA final, you make a deep run, and then they tap you on the shoulder at the beginning of the year and say, oh yeah, you got to go back to the bottom and fight with everybody else again. And some teams don't handle that well.
Yeah, I think a part of that too was Halliburton's slow start to the season, and he was in and out of the lineup for a bit. But since then, right, if you're looking at some of the numbers, when he and Andrew Nembhard share the floor, Pacers are holding teams to 109 points, right? And now you're getting some consistency out of them. And they're playing some really good basketball. Since December 12th, they've been 22-9 in fourth best record in that span in the league. So you have a team that's starting to play some really good basketball at the right point in the season.
One of my favorite arenas to visit used to be Conseco. Now it's Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. And folks, if you ever get a chance to go there, you know they love their basketball in the Midwest. But on the concourse, Javon, you had your Big Ten tournaments there,
Big Ten,
right?
Yep, Big Ten tournament.
On the concourse of that building, all you have to do is take a lap, and you have the entire history of Indiana basketball. And for those of you that are my vintage and remember the movie Hoosiers, that is a true story. A Mile and High, and one of their former broadcasters passed away a few years ago, Bobby Slick Leonard, was on that team where this small school won the state tournament, and it's all up there. You walk around, you've got pictures of Larry Bird's old Chuck Taylor white nasty Converse up there. You got pictures of Bob Hill and Isaiah Thomas and all the history of Indiana basketball. So if you get a chance to get to that building, I highly recommend it. And the Raptors will be trying to leave that building tonight with a win. Starting lineup for the Toronto Raptors, brought to you and driven by Subaru. Get out in winter with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive today. Raptors will start Abaji, Barrett, Pirtle, Brady, Dick, and Emmanuel Quickly. Indiana will counter with Aaron Nesmith, Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner, Andrew Nembhard, and Tyrese Halliburton. Raptors will wear the red with the black chevron up the front with the word Raptors, the letters Raptors put across the front. Pacers will wear the white with the blue and gold trimming. Your officials for tonight: Josh Tiven, Murat Kogut, and Jonathan Sterling. They stand in Indiana for the tip-off, and the Raptors win it and will come front court from right to left in those red uniforms. Barrett up top. It's a screen from Pirtle. Kicks it to Abaji, drives on Siakam. Comes out the backside, floats it up, no good. Rebound to Pascal Siakam.
Right away, you see the impact of Pirtle in the lineup. As Abaji's driving to the basket, he's stealing in Miles Turner to give a laneway. Unfortunately, Abaji unable to come up with the basket, but still a great attack with open space, open laneway to drive.
Indiana tries to get it to Siakam, and the pass from Halliburton glides across the floor and rolls out of bounds.
I think everybody was kind of confused. Like, what's going on here?
Abaji, corner three in the bottom of the well, gives Toronto a 3-0 lead. Far side, right wing in front of the Pacers bench.
53 corner threes made for Abaji on the season.
Turner three up top, he responds. Indiana ties it at 3.
He's one of the best bigs in the league that can play inside, shot blocking presence, but can also stretch out the floor at the top of the key.
Pirtle gets it to Quickly. Stutter dribble into the lane. Weaves to the basket and lays it in. 5-3 Toronto.
Want to see Quickly that aggressive, especially with Scotty Barnes out of the lineup. He's got to find some way to get some consistency, not in his scoring, but in his level of aggression and intensity.
Hey, man, if I know Scotty Barnes is out of the lineup, there's some shots to go around. 3 ball goes down for Indiana. Halliburton knocks it out from 28 feet. Pacers lead 6-5. Pirtle, far side. Oh, great pass to Quickly, cutting down the middle of the lane. Floats it up and in, and Rick Carlisle, after 1 minute and 33 seconds, wants a timeout. He's like, That's one of those guys, I told you.
What are you doing? Like, it's one of those, but it's a perfect setup by Pirtle. He's taking dribbles towards Emmanuel quickly, and everybody thinks quick score for the handoff, and just that step towards Pirtle and right back door, and perfect delivery on that bounce pass.
Let's take a break. 7-6 Toronto, minute 33 gone, first quarter. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Touchdown. Great catch.
Give me a high five.
5 minutes later.
Interception.
Awesome play.
Give me a high five.
2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2-for-1 Pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant, never mind. I'm hungry.
High five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
2-for-1 Pizza. 2-for-1.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito? My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century? That's how Gary fans, and we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors. At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
1:33 into the first quarter, and Rick Carlisle took one of those, what I call them ACTs, angry coach timeouts. Like, you know, when you tell your team, okay, when you go out on the floor, watch Shepard, he's going to go right. As soon as Shepard gets the ball and goes right and scores,
You're
you look
pulling out your hair.
You got, what did I just tell you?
We just went over this in the scout report.
And this is what I
Before
say.
we ran out of the tunnel, we just went through this.
Somewhere Warren's laughing too, because we know that the white line, the magic line around the court, has powers to take brain power from anybody at any time.
Well, you know, one coach is an angry coach, but Coach Darko's got to be a lot happier with this start for the Raptors because they're shooting it better already. 1 for 1 from three-point line. They went 0 for 11 to start yesterday's game.
Out of bounds, they swing it cross court to Aaron Neesmith, and Jamal Shed is right down there on the line, touching the line from the bench like, yo, my man's heel is on the line, and Josh Tiven got it. Out of bounds, turn it over.
He's not in the game, but you're going to feel me.
I'm in the game, on the bench. Raptors front court, in the red, moving right to left. Pirtle, drive, lay it up and in over Miles Turner. Jakob with like 3 dribbles from beyond the arc.
He looks spry for a guy that's been out for some time.
9-6 Toronto, and in Grady Dick, I give Grady credit. He has stood in all year and taken some big hits, and not always got the call. He got it there.
I'll tell you this much. Grady may never be a lockdown one-on-one defender, but he's a guy that's going to give effort, and he is scrappy. So you got to give him his credit.
9-6 Toronto, quickly turns the corner, finds Barrett, drives into the lane on Nembhard, loses the ball, gets it back, finds quickly. On the drive, kick out, Barrett, catch and shoot 3, short. Rebound Siakam.
Ball didn't change sides of the floor. Both quickly and RJ were handling on the left side, and the spacing was a little off. Didn't get a great shot.
Nembhard to Siakam, up top to Halliburton. Pacers in the white, moving left to right. Halliburton, sidestep 3 is good. Game tied at 9. As the Iowa State Cyclone gets it down.
It's not the prettiest.
No.
Not the prettiest shot, but...
And that's what they told people when he's drafted.
Yeah, still a 37% guy from 3 on the season and scoring a bit more while he's at home, playing at home at 20 points per game.
Funky but effective. Don't change a shot. Nembhard misses a deep 3, far side left wing. Back come the Raptors. 9 apiece, 8:45. First quarter, Barrett in the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound, Neesmith. Outlet Halliburton. Finds Turner. 3 up top is good. Texas Longhorn. Miles Turner knocks it out.
Got to find him, right? 39% from the floor. And I know his 6'11", 250 frame, you're expecting him to get in the paint. But if he gets a good look, especially at the top of the key, it's going to be a really good shot.
12-9. Toronto down 3. They come front court. Grady. Shot fake. Gets it to quickly. Moves left. Down the near side. Lefty layup. No good. Here comes Halliburton. He had a run-out breakaway layup almost, but...
And he knew it, right? He knew
the shot clock went off. The buzzer went. Nobody had possession. And even though possession was imminent for Indiana, you got to blow the whistle.
Well, he tried to put on the Jets because he knew if he got to the basketball and was able to secure it, he was going to have a one-man fast break by himself, but didn't have that 6th gear. Just could only get to 5th.
And Indiana turns it over. Back come the Raptors, and quickly fouled underneath as a 3-on-1 is going to result in 2 free throws. Not great spacing on that fast break attempt, although they still got their chance for a couple of shots here with Quickly going to the line.
And I thought Quickly was also, wasn't great spacing like you mentioned, but when he caught the pass, he kind of that split second looking behind him.
Yeah.
And allowed Miles Turner to catch up and gets himself to the free throw line, but that should have been and 1, right? He should be going to the line for 1 right now to get 3.
First free throw good from IQ. Raptors down 12-10. Second one from Quickly. Short. Rebound to Miles Turner. Here comes Indiana. Siakam, far side, left wing, on his buddy. Jakob Poeltl, they came in together as rookies and were a whole lot of fun for the Raptors. Siakam drives by Poeltl and lays it in. 14-10 Indiana.
Good recognition by Indiana, getting the basketball on the switch back to Pascal so we could get that one-on-one attack against Poeltl for the layup.
Poeltl up top, drives on Turner, gets it to Quickly. IQ in the lane. Drives to the hoop, kicks it out to Barrett, swing to Grady. 3 in the air, back rim, no good. Good extra pass by RJ, doesn't get anything out of it though, as Grady's 3-pointer was long. Back comes Halliburton, kick it out. Neesmith 3 up top, no good. Grady with the rebound. 6:50, first quarter. 14-10 Indiana. Abaji off the dribble, 3, no good. Rebound Neesmith. Outlet Halliburton to Siakam on Quickly. Spins, lays it up, no good. Rebound Poeltl. Raptors dodged a bullet. Here comes Quickly, far side, right wing. Raptors in the red, moving right to left. Grady now between the circles. Great pass to Poeltl, who lays it in.
Right on that screen. As soon as he sets it, Poeltl's beelining it to the basket, and Pascal ends up on his backside. So he just has a clear look at the rim.
Offensive foul on Indiana. As they're going to get Nembhard on the foul, offensive foul against Grady. And that'll turn it over, give it to Toronto with a chance to tie or lead with a 3. 14-12 Pacers, 6:20 first quarter.
The game has had some really good pace. Obviously, Indiana's a team that wants to get up and down 6th in pace this season. And the Raptors, they want to play in the fast break. They want to play in the open court. Right now, I feel like my head is on a swivel going back and forth like a windshield washer.
Quickly will bring it front court for the Raptors. On the bounce against Nembhard. Gets it to Grady, back to Quickly. Near side, left wing, above the arc, above the hash mark. Gets it to Mobo in the corner. He drives, turns, floats it up, no good. Rebound knocked away. Grady has it. Gets it to Orlando Robinson on the elbow. Now to Grady, drive, jumper, block, but it goes right to Robinson, who misses the easy one. Back comes Obi Toppin to Benedict Mathurin. Back to Toppin, dribble handoff, Nembhard to Mathurin. Swing at Toppin, drives on Grady, and they got, the foul on Grady on the floor. It looked like Toppin leaned in with the shoulder, but they're going to get the foul on Grady. 14-12 Indiana, 5:40 first quarter. Obi Toppin, originally drafted by the New York Knicks 8th overall in 2020. His brother Jacob now playing with the Knicks. Matherin up top. Indiana in the white, moving left to right. Toppin measures a three, no good. Long rebound. Grady can't squeeze it. Back to Halliburton. A deep three is good. Man, he shot that one from behind the hash mark. 17-12, Indiana.
That's a 27-footer. Way out there off of the offensive rebound. Got to secure those rebounds.
Quickly, step back three, no good. Rebound knocked away, goes to Barrett. RJ on the bounce straight away against Matherin. Drives, gets into the lane. Turns, fires, and scores from about 10 feet. RJ determined, gets it down. 17-14 Indiana.
That's a tough one. There was a double team who got into the paint, and Miles Turner was there. So he got that shot up over 3 defenders. Brady Dick was at the top of the key, but a good job by RJ. You know he's going to be relentless, getting to the basket and finding a way to put the ball through the hoop.
Raptors foul at the other end. Mobo fouls Matherin. So Matherin's going to get 2 shots. First free throw good. We talk about a kid who's determined. We talk about RJ. Benedict Matherin the same way at the other end. Remember, folks, he came into the league drafted. He said, no, LeBron's going to have to show me.
No, he's not short of confidence at all. And I think Ricardo did a great job. February 11th, he made the change of putting Nesmith into the starting lineup and giving Ben, some would call it demoting him to the bench, but I think the type of player that Ben is, he gets a better role. Yeah, he gets to come in with that second lineup and have that Lou Will and Jamal Crawford type position where he can just go and get his buckets and play freely.
Jamal Shed into the game for Toronto, comes front court. 19-14 Pacers. Grady drives, turns it over. Here comes Halliburton. Top of the lane. Gets it to Ben Shepherd, back to Halliburton. Deep three, good. Man, another one probably from about 28, 30 feet from Tyrese Halliburton. Indiana leads 22-14. Timeout Toronto, 4:28. First quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have to start guarding him as soon as he gets over half. This is just one of those days where he's putting it up and the hoop just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger because those are 27, 28, 29-foot shots from the three-point line.
That was a 33-footer according to the box score.
Wow.
4:28 first quarter. Let's take a break. Pacers by 8, 22-14. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
1050 listeners, baseball is back and FanDuel is making sure you're ready for all the action. With FanDuel, you get live in-app streaming so you can watch and bet MLB all in the same place. FanDuel's exclusive bets will have your same-game parlay swinging for the fences. Get your winnings fast on an app that's safe and secure. Download FanDuel and hit the field today. Please play responsibly. 19 plus and physically located in Ontario. If you have questions or concerns about your gambling or the gambling of someone close to you, please go to connexontario.ca.
The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
22-14. Indiana leads Toronto by 8. 4:28. That's what's left first quarter. First quarter brought to you by Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans. Tyrese Halliburton with 12 points already in this first quarter. All from 3. I mean,
and he keeps getting further and further back to that half-court line.
He's like, is one of these worth 4 if I shoot it from back here?
He's taking trick shots right now.
Thinks he's in an NBA All-Star game or something. Shed back for Toronto, drives, turns it over. Here comes Halliburton back, pulls up for 3, finally misses one, and Raptors get the rebound. Shed front court for the Raptors, right to left in the red. Into the lane, lobs it up to Mobo, who jams it down. Raptors cut the lead to 22-16.
Jamal Shed has really gotten so much better at his timing on his passes and just the delivery and execution on them.
In the lane, Thomas Bryant is fouled on the screen roll. And Bryant, the Indiana man, back home in a sense, where he went to college, will get a couple of free throws.
Speaking of Shed, that's his 188th assist this season, 3rd amongst rookies. Think about that, Jonesy. That's coming from a guy that was the 45th pick in the 2024 draft.
Well, somebody got a bargain.
4-year guy.
Yeah, somebody got a bargain. 4-year guy, great program.
Great person.
And good, yeah, I said, like you said, good character, well coached, knows the game. And
you know what?
Because he got hurt, he fell to the second round.
Well, think about this, too. He came in with Davion Mitchell in front of him, and he did what he was supposed to do in the minutes that he was given. And that's a big part of why the reason why the Raptors were able to move off of Davion, and now he can expand his role.
Yeah. Came in as a well-coached, well-educated rookie. Eyes open, ears open, mouth shut.
And hungry. Didn't come in with a sense of entitlement.
No.
And has worked his way in, and you have to consider him a part of the core.
Oh, for sure. Robinson in the lane, jams it down. Great pass by R.J. Barrett.
Ben Mathurin and Bryant falling asleep there as R.J. went baseline.
Halliburton front court. Shed in his kitchen. Halliburton works near side, right wing. Into the corner. Obi Toppin, catch and shoot 3, no good. Rebound, Jacoby Walter. 23-18 Indiana, 3:10 to go, first quarter. Walter on the bounce. Now gets it to Shed. Nope, changes his mind. And now does get it to Shed. Near side, left wing. They back off. Shed shoots the 3, no good. Rebound, Mathurin. Hustles it front court. Into the lane. Mobo ran him down and stripped it. Great job. Mobo not giving up on the play. Near side. Mobo drives into the lane. Gets it to Barrett. Near corner. Double comes. Great pass underneath to Mobo. Tries to get it to Robinson as he was falling back out of bounds on the baseline. And now Shed takes the foul.
Both Walter and Mobo can't be afraid to score, right?
Yeah.
Barrett delivers that basketball right under the rim. He's got to be hungry. This is a touch where I can just go right up and get that layup. For both he and Walter right now, you can see 2 dribbles, and it's like hot potato. I got to get this basketball out of my hands, as opposed to, okay, if I'm going to take 2 dribbles, I'm going to make a deliberate decision, whether it's scoring the basketball or actually making a play. Their idea right now is I got to get this rock out of my hands, and with that, you're not putting much pressure on the defense.
23-18 Pacers, 2:34, first quarter. Inbound to Bryant. I got a question to ask you when I'm done here, knowing you're a real estate mogul. Bryant in the lane, has the pass picked off, or Nembhard does, trying to get it to Bryant. Back comes Shed on the run. Gets it to Jacoby Walter. Step back jumper, got it just inside the arc, about 20 feet. Far side, right wing. Raptors cut it to 23-20. And now Jacoby Walter fouls Andrew Nembhard. So you know they got all these real estate shows, right? Selling Sunset, selling Tampa, selling Paris. Thomas Bryant was in an episode of Selling Sunset where he bought this beautiful house in Los Angeles.
Oh, boy.
I still haven't had a chance to ask him if it made it through the fires, but up on the hills. And I usually don't watch those things. It was one of those nights it was during the summer. Must have been like no baseball, no All-Star break, no nothing on. And I sat down and Mrs. was watching. I'm like, what is this? She goes, you know this guy Thomas Bryant? I go, yeah, he's an NBA player. So So when he came to Toronto last year playing for Miami, we talked about, he said, if you're ever in LA, you're welcome to come to the house. So if we get to LA, Javon, we got a place to stay.
That's so long as Luka doesn't get in there before us.
Yeah, it's true. Luka might buy the whole block. 24-20. Raptors down 4. Minute 48, first quarter. Ben Shepherd out of Belmont. Gets it to Obi Toppin, far side, left wing. Drive, puts it up. Blocked by Shed. Here comes Toronto, 2-on-1. Orlando Robinson with the lob to Abaji, who tips it in near side left wing.
That was an uncharacteristic type of play there. You had Shed with a block. You had Orlando Robinson pushing the basketball and throwing the lob.
Toppin with a jam. Good ball movement from the Pacers. 26-22, Indiana. 1:10 to go. First quarter. Shed into the corner. Mobile holding in the pocket. Back to Shed up top, straight away. Works right. Into the lane. The floater up, no good. Rebound Shepherd. Up the near side, right wing. Indiana by 4. A minute to go. First quarter, 26-22. And Shepherd dribbling on the near side, right wing. Stepped on the sideline. Turn it over. And give it to Toronto.
Well, you know what? Toronto doing a good job with the defensive pressure, just being there and being present, being a shadow. They forced 7 turnovers for this Indiana team already in this first quarter.
26-22. Raptors down 4, coming front court in the red, right to left. Quickly. On the bounce. Between the rings. Shot clock at 10, game clock at 40. IQ drives right. Finds Robinson, kick out. Abaji 3, no good. Had a great look and couldn't get it down. An uncharacteristic bad miss for Ocha. Here comes Indiana, front court. Nembhard on the bounce. Into the lane. They turn it over. Toronto breaks out, 4-on-2. They'll wait now. 15 seconds, play for a good, maybe the best shot. Quickly up top. Runs at Toppin, floats it up, no good. Tipped up and in by Orlando Robinson. Raptors cut it to 2. And a launch from Obi Toppin from his own foul line, no good. So it's a 26-24 2-point Pacer lead after 1 lap of the track.
Yeah, and if you're the Raptors, you got to look at this thing and say, we just got to put the basketball in the hoop, right? They've gotten 11 more shots than Indiana and already have forced Indiana into 9 turnovers, a team that typically takes care of the basketball. You're in really good positioning. Now it's about putting the basketball and converting on some of those turnovers. 26-24 Pacers. Second quarter when we come back. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
Lately, times have been challenging, with many people facing increased interest rates, inflation, and rising credit card debt. Everyone needs a little help from time to time, but it can be hard to ask for help when it comes to your personal finances. But you're not alone. Millions of Canadians share that feeling with you. 500,000 Canadians have found help with their debt, and so can you, with Consolidated Credit Counseling Services of Canada. They are one of the largest nonprofit credit counseling organizations in the country, with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They could help you consolidate your bills into one affordable payment, minimize your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. No matter how much you owe, you don't need to do this alone. To get help, call 1-800-318-1940. That's 1-800-318-1940. Let Consolidated Credit get you back to a debt-free life. Call 1-800-318-1940. Call toll-free today for a free consultation. 1-800-318-1940. Ontario license number 4705786.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your first aid cabinets are stocked, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas apparel program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.ca.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home.
Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
26-24, Indiana leads Toronto after a quarter. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard. Here in our Toronto studios, you'll hear from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewinberg at halftime. Behind the glass, producer Owen Hall and technical producer Malcolm Daly. You called it, Javon. Raptors, 11 more shots, 11 of 27. Indiana, 8 of 16. The Pacers in the bakery with 9 turnovers.
And that's the one there. That's the one that really sticks out to me is the 9 turnovers. Remember, this Indiana team only turns over the basketball 13 times per game, 5th best in the league. So the Raptors defensively have already done a good job in just forcing them to cough it up.
And they cough it up right there to start the quarter. Back comes Toronto. Jacoby Walter, 3, no good. Rebound put back by Orlando Robinson. And Rick Carlisle with one of those ACTs. Angry coach timeout. Like the Raptors... We're 11:37. We're 23 seconds into the quarter, and my man's calling a timeout. It's like, yo.
Well, you can tell that's exactly what they talked about in the huddle, the turnovers. And then, to compound that, after the turnover, nobody gets back.
Nobody runs
back. We
back.
got to rally the guys. Get back here. We got to talk.
We'll take a quick break. 26 apiece. Raptors on a 12-4 run dating back to the last 4.5 minutes of the first quarter. Game tied at 26. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Touchdown.
Great catch.
Give me a high five.
5 minutes later.
Interception.
Awesome play.
Give me a high five.
2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2-for-1 Pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant... never mind. I'm hungry.
High five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Jan owns a home and a restaurant fusing French and Mexican cuisine. But she is fusing no more because her ovens have gone kaput. She called Alpine Credits, who sent their speedy superhero. With her business loan approved, her ovens were quickly fixed. The hero even had some of her poutine nachos. Yum! Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
The Raptors tie the game at 26 with a tip-in from Orlando Robinson. Second quarter, 11:37 to go until halftime. Second quarter brought to you by Alpine Credits. Do you own your home and need a loan? Alpine Credits can help. Get approved at alpinecredits.ca. Here comes Indiana front court in the white from left to right. Raptors pressuring up. Pacers already with 10 turnovers. And we're a quarter and a little into the game. A quarter and a minute. Siakam 3 near side, no good. Rebound, Chris Boucher. Outlet Emmanuel quickly. On the bounce, quickly gets it to Jacoby Walter. Back to quickly. Pirtle in the game. He's on a minutes restriction tonight. Screens for IQ. Pirtle in the lane, floated up and in. Great catch. Little hesitation, no travel on the footwork, and bank it home.
Cleared out the entire left side, and Pirtle changed the angle of the screen. Quickly get into that left hand, and Pirtle roll into the middle of the paint for 2.
Matherin misses a shot. Boucher with the rebound. Here comes Toronto. Quickly up top. Works near side. Gets it to Pirtle in the lane. stops, pass out, they swing it. Boucher, 3, missed everything, but Abaji, well, couldn't save it. I thought he was going to. It was good ball movement there, and something's going on at Gainbridge there because we've seen uncharacteristic bad misses from both Chris and Ochai.
Yeah, and you think about it, that was a perfect, play there. You get Pirtle that kicks it out to that weak side, and now the defense playing 2-on-1. You got a wide open shot from Chris Boucher. You got to take that shot 10 out of 10 times.
Matherin up top. Indiana in the white, coming left to right. Raptors with a 2-point, 28-26 lead. Matherin misses the layup. Jacoby Walter with the rebound. Here comes Toronto. Quickly into the lane. Stops, kicks it out to Walter. He drives right, far elbow. Mid-post now. Up and under. Kicks it back out to Abaji. Shot clock at 5. Raptors got to go. Quickly turns the corner into the lane. Lay it up, no good. Rebound, Indiana. Quick hit ahead, Matherin. Far side, left wing. To Turner in the lane, jams it down. Game tied at 28, 9:35 to go, first half. Front court quickly. Raptors in the red, moving right to left. Pirtle above the arc, far side. Right wing, toes on the arc. Gets it to Abaji on the dribble, handoff. Ochai in the lane, misses the layup. Walter with the rebound, he has it blocked. Raptors pursue it and get it back. Quickly up top. On the dribble, now backs way out against Matherin. IQ works down the right side. Matherin right in his kitchen and quickly couldn't get it off. That's pretty good individual defense by Benedict Matherin.
It took too much time trying to figure out what the next option was in the offense.
Here come the Pacers. Miles Turner up top, gets it in the far corner. Shepard, 3, no good. Long rebound to Abaji. Game still tied at 28, 8:40 to go. Ochai drives the running hook over Miles Turner, no good. Rebound, here comes Nembhard. Quick push to Shepard, far corner. Swing it up top, Turner underneath to Siakam. And they've got the foul on quickly down low, and I swear Pascal was in the key for the entire possession. I'm seeing the replay from the Indiana broadcast, which is about 7 or 8 seconds behind us. The ball came over center. Pascal was in the lane. It went to the far corner. Pascal was in the lane, didn't get the post up. They swung it back to the top. Pascal was in the lane, and finally they got it to him. Inside on that one, Benedict Matherin lays it in. 30-28 Indiana. Pirtle to Jacoby Walter. Gets it to Shed straight away. Works left side, near wing. Cross court, Abaji. Swing to Walter. Stutter dribble, gets into the lane, floats it up, no good on Turner, who landed on Jacoby Walter. The ball went out of bounds. And Turner helps Jacoby off the floor. Kind of stepped on his foot. Ball out of bounds though. And it'll stay with Toronto. Right baseline, far side. Shed to do the honors to Barrett. Matherin knocks it away. Still Toronto's grapefruit. They will go front court, left to right. Barrett inbound. Far side in front of the Pacers bench. Gets it to Pirtle, back to Barrett. Down low to Pirtle. Same lane pass. He was at the top of the key, tried to get it to the far block, right side. Not a great angle, fired it out of bounds. Don't you have to use the bounce to improve the passing angle, Javon? I mean, he had the right idea, just a tough pass to make. Nembhard up top. Drives. Pull up, jumper, got it on the free throw line.
Those two know each other a bit.
Yep, 32-28. Nembhard got it over Barrett. Indiana by 4, 7:20. First half. Pirtle to Barrett. RJ turns the corner, gets into the lane, throws it up, no good. But bumped by Nembhard. And RJ's going to go to the line for 2. 32-28 Indiana, 7:15 to go. First half. Barrett, first free throw, good. 3 on the night for RJ. Nembhard will check out. And Halliburton comes back in. Second free throw from RJ is clean. Those two look really good. 32-30 Indiana, 7:10 to go, first half. Halliburton up top. Neesmith drives, leans on Pirtle, floats it up and in. Tough move by the youngster from Vanderbilt. Barrett front court. Raptors down 34-30. Drives down the far side, kick it up top. Grady steps into a 3 and knocks it down. Great read by RJ, and Grady shot ready on the delivery. Down the bottom of the well for the Raptors. Only the second time tonight, but they cut the lead to 1 at 34-33. Siakam against Boucher. Drive into the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound Boucher. Outlet Barrett. RJ on the run, leaves it for Boucher. Back to RJ, now to Pirtle. Near elbow, left side. Turns, hands it to Boucher, top of the lane. Chris drives right. Stops on the elbow, the jumper up, no good. Rebound Miles Turner. 6 minutes, first half. Indiana by 1, 34-33. Neesmith shot, no good. Rebound Siakam. Finds Shepherd. They swing it. Halliburton. Step back, 3, no good. Rebound knocked away. Oh, Turner was on the line. Yep, they got it.
That was big time second effort by Grady Dick on the closeout on Halliburton, right? That first one almost got him out of the frame, and as soon as he landed on the floor, he was right back with a sense of urgency to contest the three-point shot, knowing that Halliburton is 4 for 6. He's been 4 for 6 from the three-point line today.
Grady near side, gets it to Pirtle. On the bounce, Barrett into the lane, all the way to the hoop. Man, they looked like they missed a goaltend. Here comes Indiana. 3-on-2, Siakam jams it down at the other end. Sure looked like RJ's shot.
Yeah. Me as well, because you know what? As he got to that right hand, he scooped it under the basket and almost looked like the backboard and the support was shaking by the time that ball touched it.
I thought he had it up on the glass. Nonetheless, Indiana gets the run out from Siakam. They lead 36-33. Timeout on the floor. 5:23 to go. First half. We'll take a break. You listen to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp now for free information on how to get started today. InventHelp provides invention services that help everyday inventors get started with their idea. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. Our services include professional materials needed to showcase your invention and 3D animation and prototype modeling that help you demonstrate your idea. Get down to the details of your idea with a technical drawing. The InventHelp Databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Take advantage of the opportunity to get started today.
Call 1-800-353-6013. That's 1-800-353-6013. Again, 1-800-353-6013.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed mold, mildew, bowing walls, or water in your basement? I hope not, but if you have, your basement is losing the war against groundwater. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.ca/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed where work is performed. See website for details.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
.523. That's what's left in the first half as the Raptors trail the Pacers 36-33. Toronto doing a good job getting Indiana to turn it over. 12 points off 10 Pacer turnovers, although Indiana's done a little bit better job in this second quarter looking after the ball. Pascal Siakam, fresh off his return from All-Star Weekend. The former Raptor. And his Pacers right now lead his former team 36-33. Shed, Mobo, Boucher, Barrett, and Grady Dick on the floor for the Raptors. Grady near side, drives into the lane. Great pass to Mobo for the jam. Raptors cut it to one. Nice playmaking by Grady Dick.
And you know what makes that play happen is he was so deliberate on the jab step with Halliburton matched up on him. That got Halliburton a slight step to the right, and now Grady gets a straight line drive to the basket with a great delivery to Mobo.
Halliburton inbound to Mathurin. Drives right. Floater in the lane. Good. 38-35. Mathurin gets it down. Shed drives, baseline, near side left wing, tried to kick it out to Barrett. RJ was stationary. Jamal passed it to where he thought he was moving to, and that is turnover number 7 for Toronto. Here comes Halliburton, front court. Against Jamal Shed, works near side, right wing. 3 in the air, got it near side. Halliburton's been knocking him out.
And you know what? He's not even looking to get into the paint right now. The basketball's just dropping in the hoop, and he just feels it, so he's not even trying to get in there.
Grady back with one to match that in the bottom of the well. 41-38 Pacers. We tick towards 4 minutes. First half. Siakam in the lane. Floats it up. No good. Rebound Mobo. Boucher was hit with an elbow by Siakam when he turned to elevate. And now Halliburton knocks it away from Barrett.
They blitz Barrett on that ball screen, and they knew they had numbers, right?
Yeah.
Boucher's still on the other end, so they had the opportunity to double and still be matched up, and Halliburton just a smart play there.
So Boucher will check out as head athletic therapist Rayhan Malik goes over to check on him. Halliburton, cross court, Neesmith, back to Halliburton up top. Siakam shot fake, drive, stops, free throw line jumper, no good. Pirtle can't squeeze the rebound. Neesmith does. Into the corner, Mathurin. 3 is no good. Rebound to Toronto. Here comes Barrett. 3:25 first half. Raptors down 3. 41-38 Pacers. Grady to Pirtle. Jakob turns, floats it up, no good, but he's fouled. And what's good for one is good for the other. It looked like Jakob had planted himself in the lane there with no call. It's like, hey, you adjust. If that's the way the rule's going to be called, then we can do that too. Pirtle on the line for 2. First one short. 41-38 Indiana. 3:17 to go. First half. Pirtle, second free throw in the air, short. Rebound, Miles Turner. Outlet Halliburton. Up the far side, left wing. Pacers in the white, coming left to right. Halliburton on the bounce. Works to the top of the lane, kicks it to Neesmith, into the corner to Nembhard. And they've got Neesmith on the dribble and pitch back, not controlling his body and taking out the Raptor player, so the foul will go on Aaron Neesmith. So Toronto has a chance to tie with a 3. Or inch a little closer with any scoring on this end. In the red, right to left, Toronto ball. Pirtle between the arc and the elbow, far side, back to Barrett. 3 in the air, no good. Rebound Siakam. Outlet Halliburton. On the dribble. Cross-court pass, Matherin. Up top to Nembhard. Now to Turner. Indiana with everybody above the foul line. Matherin drives, kicks it out to Halliburton. Gotta go, shot clock at 2. In the lane, Nembhard deep, 3, no good. Rebound out of bounds, Toronto basketball. One time I looked, Javon, it looked like one of those sprinting drills. Everybody was in a straight line above the three-point line. Talk about 5-out offense. They're running that thing from I-75. Pirtle between the rings. Gets it to Grady. Drives right. Stop jumper from 12 feet. No good. Rebound Siakam. Outlet Halliburton. Under 2 minutes. First half 41-38 Indiana. Siakam drives, muscles to the hoop, and lays it in.
Yeah, he knew he had a size advantage against Grady there and just flat out bully ball. There wasn't a play. There wasn't a, hey, we're going to run this set. It's I'm going to attack him.
Front court comes Barrett. Raptors down 5. RJ in the lane. Backs down on Nembhard. But Turner comes over to help and gets the block. Siakam with a dunk at the other end. Indiana, biggest lead of the game at 7. Toronto coming back quickly. Grady up top. RJ steps into a 3. No good. Rebound Matherin. On the bounce, Matherin to Turner. Up top, Halliburton. 1 minute to go, first half. Halliburton drive, floated up and in. Indiana has pushed the lead to 9 at 47-38. Not finishing the quarter well. Toronto needs to get it going here. Abaji, corner 3, got it near side. Down the bottom of the well, 47-41. Well shot and much needed 3 from Ochai. Halliburton on the bounce against Abaji. Near side, just inside center. On the writing that says Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Now down to the baseline. Kicks to Nembhard. 3, far side, no good. Rebound out of bounds off Pirtle. Tyrese Halliburton got that Tyler Hero carry dribble going. on that last play, he took a dribble, and I think there was about 2 seconds between the first dribble and the second dribble, and then he passed it cross court.
Who has that dribble too? And we seen him last night, Pritchard.
Oh yeah,
Payton Pritchard. And his hands are, for his size, his hands are pretty big.
Yeah.
As he's dribbling that basketball, you're getting two seconds in between that.
I want that to be called. I want palming or carrying. I want 3 seconds. I want traveling. I want over and back. I want all those things that players are getting away with. That are giving them an advantage, and then they score off it.
I'm telling you, Pritchard dribbled that basketball yesterday, and as the ball was up in his palm, he was able to call a play
before the next dribble.
Yeah,
I know.
Call a play.
I know. Man had his hand at 6 o'clock. Ben Shepherd into the lineup, 48-41. Matherin on the line for his second free throw. Up and down. 8-point Indiana lead. 25 seconds first half. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, Josh Lewenberg coming up at halftime. Under the guidance of Owen Hall and Malcolm Daly behind the glass. 15 seconds first half. Shot clock at 10. Raptors got to go. Quickly, far side. Kicks it to Grady. Good look at a three up top. No good. Pirtle can't squeeze the rebound. Siakam does. Long outlet. Shepard lays it up and in. 1.6 seconds to go. Indiana with its largest lead of the game. It is 10 at recess. 51-41 Pacers.
I'm going to tell you this with Jonesy. The Raptors defense, we're not going to question that too much. They've sputtered a bit in the last 3 minutes of this second quarter, but their offense is putting just too much pressure on the defense, shooting 35% from the floor, 23% from three, and 50% from the free throw line. At some point, right, you got to generate some offense, get some good offense so that you're not getting back in transition. Indiana doesn't have the advantage on every possession, every sequence down the floor, and you're matching up and playing half-court defense. So right now, I'm going to put the pressure more on the offense of Toronto and also challenge guys like Emmanuel Quickly, guys like, R.J. Barrett. Both of those guys are combined, 3 for 13 in this game right now.
Well, let's see if they can crank it up in the second half. But first, Jim Taddy and the gang with the halftime show. Indiana by 10, 51-41 at recess. You listen to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
Joe and Lucy needed a new roof and reached out to Alpine Credits. I flew over to help them with a home renovation loan. I suggested they transform their house into a giant robot head, beams that shoot from the eyes. Pew, pew! Instead, they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
Deep breath, piano pickup, hockey drop-off. Oh, did you remember the Farm Boy cupcakes for afterwards? And dinner.
We got this. Voila delivered our groceries this morning. Cupcakes are in the back seat.
Got 'em.
And I got some ready-made pulled pork and Longo's fresh buns for dinner.
Ooh.
Plus, some compliments hot chocolate. A little reward for surviving tonight.
You're on a roll, honey.
Voila delivers fresh groceries from Sobeys, Farm Boy, and Longo's at the same prices in-store with no hidden fees. Voila, your groceries delivered just like that.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas apparel program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.ca.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Ah, at last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small amount of skin peeking out of your ski mask. Put on your beach puffer and hear the sound of the waves crashing over the chatter of your teeth. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito? My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century? That's how Gary fans. And we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Tangerine Raptors basketball is on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
And trailing by 10, 51-41 at the half. Welcome to Tangerine Raptors basketball. Raptors at the half on TSN 1050. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewinberg with you. And Warren, clearly, as it faded into the half, the Raptors had trouble scoring. What was your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few empty possessions, and I think without Scotty, they're just missing
an extra creator, extra playmaker. I think they are trying as hard as they can for sure to create offense, but there is just, I know Coach Darko alluded to it before the game that other players have to step up, and it isn't just on one player. But when most of your offense is dictated and controlled by someone who can create, and not only for himself but for other people, it unfortunately just doesn't work as well. This is not a well-oiled machine offensively. You have guys that are trying to create a bit more than usual, and unfortunately, that is just not leading to a ton of creativity on the offensive end. I mean, they only scored 17 points in that second quarter. A lot of empty possessions. One of the areas which they are doing a pretty good job is they are scoring in the paint. But Indiana, I think, is controlling the pace of the game. You look at the first quarter, for example, just when Indiana pressured the Raptors in the backcourt, which is something that the Raptors do quite often, they couldn't even handle it. So, the Raptors got a taste of their own medicine and turned the ball over, on back-to-back possessions. So little things like that are favoring Indiana as this game goes on. If the Raptors can't find a way to initiate not only offense, but, create better spacing and have somebody attack the rim and get into the paint to then create shots for other people, it could be a long night.
Yeah, Josh, a game of runs, there's no question about that. Unfortunately, they went cold when they needed to be a little lukewarm, I guess, at best. And so really they have to hit the reset button in the locker room there, don't they?
Yeah, and hope that some of these shots start to go in. I mean, Darko Rajakovic was joking after the game against Boston last night, another game where the Raptors had a lot of trouble knocking down a shot. And he was saying, we could have used a few of those 23s that they hit against Phoenix to carry over, but of course that's not the way that it works. A make or miss league, and they're doing a lot of missing right now, and it's tough because, in a lot of ways, this first half kind of felt like the loss to Boston yesterday, where it's not for lack of effort. The Raptors are fighting, they're competing, but they're just not sharp enough right now in order to overcome a significant talent disparity against a really good team. And that would be the case at the best case scenario going against Boston or a much improved Indiana team recently, but then you subtract Jakob Poeltl last night, you subtract Scotty Barnes tonight, to Warren's point, that's a big part of what you do on both ends of the floor, and your margin for error is so small against these high-octane offenses where you could be defending really hard, and I think the Raptors have for the most part today, but you blink and against a team that can get up and down the court, score a lot of points, shoot a lot of threes. All it takes is for a couple minutes to go by and you're in an offensive drought. You're not able to keep up offensively. And a team like this can go on a run, like you mentioned, Jim, and really gain some separation. So this was a 1-2 possession game for a little bit. And then Indiana closes the half on a run. Here we are, 10 points. Felt that way last night when Boston went up by 12 just before halftime. So you've got to punch back here to start the second half. And again, hope that you're able to score enough to keep up with a team in Indiana who a few months ago we would have said, all right, well, maybe you've got a shot. Halliburton was struggling. The offense was struggling. Not the case now that we're getting closer to the playoffs. This is looking a lot more like the Indiana team we saw last year.
Warren, I think the easiest thing to do here is pick on the three shooting. I mean, 8 for 8 against the Suns, as we're all aware, on Sunday in the fourth quarter, and in the game and a half since, 50 attempts, 9 go in. I mean that's just it's better tonight, 4 out of 16 for 25%. But I mean, how much of a factor is this?
Well, I mean, in the current state of the NBA, it's a big factor. I mean, a lot of teams are shooting threes. We saw the Celtics put up 50 plus. And, to Josh's point, he talked about the margin for error. And I was going to say that, it makes a lot of sense. The Raptors don't have that much. They can't allow minutes to go by where they're just not converting. So, 4 for 17 is just not going to cut it. And if you look at, just the simple math, I mean, the Pacers have made 7 threes in that first half. They've taken 20, but they also have 11 turnovers to the Raptors 6, and yet they're still up 10 points. So, you look at the differential between shot attempts and shots made. A few more of these buckets going for the Raptors, it completely changes the game. And the reality is they have to shoot the basketball better. They have to make shots. That is the reality, especially with a guy like Scotty not in the lineup, and you're relying on other people to go ahead and step up and have have a factor and an impact on the game, well, that just comes down to shot making ability. And I think that will also help the Raptors defensively because they got to see the ball go in to stay motivated. It's tough. And I mean, the last 2 games have kind of been deflating for them, from behind the arc.
Josh Pirtle, 16 minutes, and he's played a lot. I was thinking he might be under a minute's limitation, but doesn't look that way, does it?
Yeah, he had a long stretch there in the second quarter. Looked pretty good. And I would just say overall, like the Raptors have to be pretty pleased with what they've gotten from the center position tonight. Pearl solid in his minutes. But Orlando Robinson, I mean, this might be the best he's looked as a Raptor so far, coming in 7 minutes off the bench. 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 steals. He's been really active. I'll segue here from the center position to the point guard position and stick with the same theme that we've been talking about here in shooting. We talked about the point guard position at halftime yesterday too, and that the Raptors need more from these guys, specifically Emmanuel Quickley. And for me, like the number that I have circled here, and to me, like this is the stat of the first half, 1 3-point attempt from Emmanuel Quickley. I don't care how many he's made. The number I'm looking at is the same one I know Darko is looking at. The number that he attempted. He was 0 for 6 yesterday, and I think, like Darko would tell you, 6 isn't even enough. He wants him to take like close to 10, if not more than 10. Darko was saying after the game yesterday, he was happy with the looks. He was happy with the attempts, but IQ's got to continue to get them up there. It was trending in that direction, looking pretty good. Last week, I think he had a game recently where he got 11 of them up, the game against Miami, 7 against Phoenix. So they need him to be aggressive. They need him to be assertive with that shot. This isn't a team, as we know, that has a ton of 3-point shooting on the floor. So they need their guys. They need Ochai, Grady, and IQ. When they're out there on the floor, they can't be passing up shots. They have to be aggressive.
Gentlemen, thanks very much. Tonight's first half stats are driven by Subaru. Get out in winter with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive today. And obviously it's 51-41 for the Pacers at the half. In terms of other stats, bench scoring 13-12 for the Pacers. Turnovers for points. The Raptors have turned it over 8 times for 8 points. And the Pacers 11 for 12. Pacers got off to a dreadful start that way. 9 for 10 in the first quarter. Rebounds, second chance points. The Raptors 7 for 6, and the Pacers 3 for 5. Paint points 24-18 for the Raptors. Fast break points, not much, 6-5 for the Pacers, and the Pacers with that 10-point lead. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Is your concrete sinking? Whether it's your driveway, sidewalk, or patio, those uneven surfaces are not just ugly, they're dangerous. That's where Groundworks comes in. They use state-of-the-art concrete lifting solutions to prevent tripping hazards, and they're the best at what they do. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.ca/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed where work is performed. See website for details. The all-electric Honda Prologue SUV is here at your local Ontario Honda dealer. And with features perfect for the city and the backcountry, like all-wheel drive for tougher winter roads and a range up to 450 kilometers on a full charge, you may think Honda made an electric SUV just for Ontario. Get up to a $12,000 Honda bonus on all remaining 2024 Prologue models. Plus, qualified Honda owners get an additional $2,000 loyalty bonus. OAC conditions apply. Range based on combined city and highway. Bonus available when you lease or finance through HFS at a standard rate. See HondaOntario.com.
Touchdown. Great catch. Give me a high five. 5 minutes later. Interception. Awesome play. Give me a high five. 2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2-for-1 Pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant, never mind. I'm hungry.
High five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium 1-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
2-for-1 Pizza. 2-for-1.
Oh no, I can't be out of ink. Not now.
Megatank.
Why do I always do this to myself? What is that printer that comes with 30 times the ink?
Megatank.
Yes, it's a Canon. Megaphone?
Megatank.
It's a Canon printer. It comes with like $2,000 worth of ink. Prints me over 7,700 color pages.
Megatank.
Mega what?
Listen to the voice in your head and get a Canon Megatank printer, so you don't have to think about ink for a long, long time. Canon Megatank printers available at Staples, Best Buy, and Walmart.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Second half about to get started. Pacers lead the Raptors 51-41. And we'll tell you that the second half tip-off is powered by your Ontario Honda dealers. Up your game. Lease a hybrid CRV from 2.49% up to 24 months. Details, visit HondaOntario.com. Got to finish quarters, got to start quarters and finish quarters well, Javon. And the Raptors kind of let go of the rope a little bit at the end of that second quarter.
Yeah, midway through into the end of both quarters. They've actually started the quarter as well. They forced Rick Carlisle to call 2 timeouts in the first quarter. Sorry, 2 timeouts early in each quarter. And it just hasn't sustained over the course of the quarters.
Indiana gets the ball to start the second half. Halliburton, Neesmith, Siakam, Nembhard, and Turner in the white, moving right to left. Halliburton down to the baseline in front of the Pacers bench. Beats Pirtle on the dribble, no help. And he lays it in. Indiana suddenly up 12.
Throws him with that right to left crossover, getting into the paint, got the switch that he wanted on Pirtle. Just so herky-jerky with his dribble.
Quickly back for Toronto. Deep 3 up top, no good. Here comes Halliburton. Indiana looking to make a big break here. Really important for the Raptors at the start of this third quarter. Grady tried to get around, fronting the post on Miles Turner, but they're going to get Grady for the foul call.
I'll take that foul by Grady because he didn't just allow post Halliburton, or Turner, to just back him down into the post, right? Fighting to get over on the top side. At least you get the possession to start over.
Nembhard into the corner to Turner, far side. Turner into the lane, turns, floats it up, no good. Nice D by Barrett, rebounded quickly. Outlet Barrett, drives on Siakam, floats it up, no good, but fouled. RJ going to get to the line for 2. His defense at the other end rewarded with a run out at the other end. And Indiana, well, I'm not a full run out, a fast break opportunity. Let's put it that way at the other end. Nonetheless, RJ's going to get free throws. 53-41. Now make it 42 as Barrett knocks down the free throw.
Well, if the Raptors aren't going to be able to score in the half court in this game, right, like we mentioned, only shooting 35%, then they've got to get out in that open court, whether it's fast breaks, whether it's 2-on-2s, whatever the case may be, so they can put Indiana on their heels. They only have 5 fast break points in this game, and they've got to put some pressure, apply some pressure running.
53-43. Barrett's free throws are good. Here comes Halliburton. Gets it to Nembhard, far side, right wing. 3 in the air, no good. Rebound, standing rebound to Barrett. He brings it front court. Gets it to Quickly. IQ near side, right wing. Into the lane to Pirtle, floated up, short. Rebound, Indiana. Halliburton into the corner. Neesmith, 3, no good. Rebound, Pirtle. Outlet, Barrett. Here comes Toronto front court. Pirtle on the run. Right down Main Street is fouled, and you'll get a couple of free throws. Really nice quick strike opportunity by the Raptors.
And I'll tell you this much. In Pirtle's 18 minutes of play, he has 6 points, 3 rebounds, not big numbers, but he looks pretty fluid. He doesn't look like there's much rust to him. The way he's running the floor, the way he's catching the basketball, even on that last possession as he knocks down the first of 2 free throws, RJ Barrett makes a tough pass behind the back with his right hand coming into Pirtle's pocket, and Pirtle's catching that basketball in stride running the length of the floor.
Second free throw good for Pirtle. Raptors cut the lead to 53-45. Turner up top, gets it to Neesmith. Now they get it to Siakam, far side, right wing. On Pirtle, step back, jumper in the air, no good. Rebound knocked away, Toronto has it. Here comes Grady to Abaji, near side, back to Grady. Tries to find quickly, cutting in the lane. Lots of hands, deflecting it. Halliburton back, kicks to Neesmith. Corner three is good. And all of a sudden, the lead is 11 for Indiana, 56-45.
Turnovers lead to easy baskets, and what makes it worse is this one is a careless turnover. His IQ's cutting to the basket. Grady just a loose pass. Halliburton gets it and kicks out to the corner, the right corner to Neesmith. Open shot, knocked down.
9:29, third quarter. Let's take a break. 56-45 Pacers. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I don't want to say I'm a big deal, but I am a superhero. I love helping people consolidate their debts, and that's what I did for the Smiths. I took their bills and zoom, wha-bam, zap, turn them into one low monthly payment. No, the sound's not necessary, but it's part of the fun.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Hey, it's Brian Hayes, and I have a confession to make. I skipped the gym a lot over the summer months, but thanks to the judgment-free zone at Planet Fitness, I'm back in my routine and feeling better than ever. Planet Fitness offers a variety of high-quality, brand-name cardio and strength equipment, and get this, a membership will only cost you $15 a month. That's right, $15 a month. So visit planetfitness.ca today or pop into a gym near you and get back into your routine at Planet Fitness.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050 everywhere you want it.
Indiana leading Toronto 56-45, 9:29 to go. Third quarter action delivered by 2-for-1 Pizza. Give yourself a high five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium, 1-topping pizzas for $5 each. 2for1pizza.com. Toronto Raptors trying to find a way to crawl back into this. They're on a 4-game road swing. Indiana tonight, Friday in Chicago, and in the baseball series Sunday and Tuesday in Orlando. Here comes Toronto front court in the red from left to right. Quickly. Out there with Pirtle, Abaji, RJ Barrett, and Grady Dick. Pirtle backs in on Turner. Gets into the lane. Floats it up, left hand, no good. Keeps it alive, gets it to Barrett. RJ in the lane. Finds quickly, his floater is up, rattles down, and Toronto has cut the lead to 9 at 56-47. Siakam gets it to Turner, now to Halliburton straight away. Indiana in the white. Halliburton down the lane. Has it knocked away on his drive, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Indiana. Halliburton to inbound. Gets it to Siakam right under the basket, who lays it in. Man, an easy one for Pascal. Raptors come back, and Grady at the other end beat everybody down the floor. They found him. The shot was goaltended by Siakam, and so Grady's bucket puts the lead back at 9, 58-49 Indiana. Nembhard gets it to Turner, back to Nembhard, standing on the logo. Indiana in the white, moving right to left. They try to get it to Turner. He got tangled up with Barrett. They both went to the ground. The ball went out of bounds, Everybody yelled at the refs like, are you going to call something, anything? They didn't call anything. Toronto ball, front court. Quickly in the lane, floats it up and in, and is fouled. 58-51, IQ with a chance for the old-time three-point play.
Needed that one and let out a yell as he got to the basket, right? That shifty left to right and that deceleration step getting across Nemhard, who's a physical defender, and the concentration to finish it. A big bucket for IQ.
Ben Shepherd will check in for Indiana, replacing Andrew Nemhard. 8:18 third quarter, 58-51. Pacers lead the Raptors by 7. Quickly standing on the line. 9 points tonight, trying to be the first Raptor in double figures. And he doesn't get it. Rolls off the rim, and Halliburton comes away with the loose ball. Front court, Indiana. Halliburton down to the baseline right side, fouled by Abaji. He's trying to say he was going up. We'll see what the officials say. Yep, he was going up, and Tyrese Halliburton, with 19 points tonight, will get a couple of free throws. First one good. Indiana up 59-51. 8-point lead at the 8:07 mark, third quarter. Second one good by Halliburton. Here comes Barrett, front court. On the dribble, gets it to Quickly. Back to Barrett, now to Quickly. Finds Grady, cutting to the hoop, lays it up, no good. Oh man, off the back rim. Here comes Indiana. Siakam down Main Street, floats it up, no good. But fouled by Abaji. You miss at one end, and then they got 2 free throws at the other end as they ran the floor. Great ball movement. Grady just needed to finish that one.
Can't get a better look than that one. IQ made the right decision. Strong side pass. And IQ, Grady, that was a heck of a cut, like tremendous cut. Strong side cut. At that point, you got to be ready for the basketball and just finish it. Because you've done your job by getting yourself open. The basketball was delivered. That's 2. You got to count that already.
Well, Siakam helps him out by missing the first free throw. 60-51, Indiana with the 9-point lead. Pascal's second free throw, no good. Seven and a half to go, third quarter, Toronto down 9. Quickly to Barrett, to Abaji. And it just went through his hands. A simple dribble handoff. It went through his hands and out of bounds on the sideline. A totally unforced turnover by the Raptors. Halliburton to Shepherd, near side. 3 in the air, no good. Rebound Barrett. Outlet to Grady. On the dribble. Grady gets it to Pirtle. Jakob turns, has it knocked away, gets it back, finds RJ. Barrett crosses over. In the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound knocked away, Pascal has it. Here comes Indiana. Siakam front court, kicks out. Turner 3 up top is good. Indiana restores the lead into double figures. They lead by 12, largest of the game at 63-51. Quickly in the lane, finds Pirtle. His floater is up and in. Money shot for Jakob. 6:29 third quarter. Indy by 10. Neesmith gets it to Halliburton. In the lane, floated up and in. 65-53 Indiana. Robinson and Shedd waiting to check in for Toronto. Quickly in the lane. Stutter dribble. Gets it to Grady. Drives left. To Barrett. Beats the shot clock with a 3 and rattles it in the bottom of the well.
Big time patience and awareness. Grady with the kick out, and RJ cool as a fan, knocking down the 3 as the shot clock winds down.
65-56, 9-point lead. Neesmith in the lane, drives on Grady and lays it in.
Got to put up some resistance as Indiana attacks the basket. The last couple of plays for them, it's just walk-in buckets.
67-56 Pacers. Abaji down the baseline, lay it in, far side. Timeout Indiana. Raptors cut it to 9 with 5:25 to go. Third quarter. Let's take a break. 67-58 Pacers, 5:25. Third quarter, you're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Lately, times have been challenging, with many people facing increased interest rates, inflation, and rising credit card debt. Everyone needs a little help from time to time, but it can be hard to ask for help when it comes to your personal finances. But you're not alone. Millions of Canadians share that feeling with you. 500,000 Canadians have found help with their debt, and so can you, with Consolidated Credit Counseling Services of Canada. They are one of the largest non-profit credit counseling organizations in the country, with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They could help you consolidate your bills into one affordable payment, minimize your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. No matter how much you owe, you don't need to do this alone. To get help, call 1-800-656-7129. That's 1-800-656-7129. Let Consolidated Credit get you back to a debt-free life. Call 1-800-656-7129. Call toll-free today for a free consultation. 1-800-656-7129. Ontario license number 4705786.
First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
67-58 Indiana, 5:25 third quarter. Raptors just kind of hanging around, Javon, but at some point, as much as you hold on to the rope, you got to start pulling and making back some ground. .525 to go third quarter. Toronto down by 9. And it's Indiana's ball as Rick Carlisle had called the timeout after the last Toronto basket. Jamal Shed and Orlando Robinson check in. Jacoby Walter also in the game with Jonathan Mobo. The only starter on the floor is Ochai Abaji. Here comes Halliburton front court. Big night tonight for him. 23 points on 8 of 10. 5 of those 8 from 3. Pacers step out of bounds. I see that way too often with players just not having an awareness of where they are on the floor. Raptors back in the red, moving left to right. Robinson to Abaji. Gets it to Shed, near side. Kicks it back up to Jacoby Walter. Shot clock at 5. Raptors got to go. Walter has the shot blocked, gets it back. Drives into the lane to Robinson, who lays it in. Way to stay with it, the Raptors. And Orlando Robinson gets the layup to cut it to 7.
8 points for him, just being at the right place at the right time, having his hands ready, keeping that ball above him for a finish.
Thomas Bryant, 3 up top, no good. Back come the Raptors. Abaji down to the baseline. Cross-court pass intercepted. Here comes Halliburton. Drive and lay it in. 69-60 Indiana. Here comes Mobile, front court. Man, he just leaned on Thomas Bryant. Big boy. Gave him the shoulder, cut him a key to the weight room, and then laid it in.
You know, we seen that yesterday when Scotty dipped his shoulder in Takeda for Boston Celtics twice. Takeda he didn't even want to play anymore.
Bryant comes back with a 3 up top. 72-62 Indiana. 3:45 third quarter. Robinson above the arc, far side, left wing. Turns, finds Jacoby Walter in the lane. The shot blocked by Matherin. Here comes Indiana. Obi Toppin, 3 near side. No good, long rebound. They say off Robinson, out of bounds. He was dueling with Thomas Bryant. It'll stay Indiana ball. 72-62 Pacers. As they have the ball front court. Toppin gets it to Shepard. Now to Matherin straight away. Step back 3 over Robinson, no good. Rebound out of bounds. Toronto basketball. Here comes Shed, front court for the Raptors in the red from left to right. Turns the corner, kicks to Boucher.
That's one more of those turnovers.
It went right through his hands. He was catching it and shooting it before he had it. Great play by Shed. The pass was a little low, but you got to catch that ball.
A couple of those turnovers, there's been 4 turnovers this quarter for the Raptors. A couple of them have just been focused turnovers. Yeah, that's a little low, but it's the right play.
Matherin in the lane, lays it in. Indiana back up by 12. Biggest lead of the game, 74-62. And here comes Obi Toppin on the steal. To Halliburton, now to Matherin. Halliburton 3, far side, good. It's a 15-point lead for Indiana, 77-62. Here comes Shed. Toronto again with 2:20 to go, not finishing the quarter well, and that time
3 turnovers, back to back to back.
Boucher tried to get the dribble handoff and was actually coming in from out of bounds, and they got him on the turnover.
And Indiana has converted on every one of those turnovers. Fortunately for the Raptors, they've been 2 dead ball and 1 live. But Indiana's still figuring out ways.
Well, Indiana stopped turning it over. Only 2 this quarter, while the Raptors have 6. Toppin, corner 3, no good. Rebound Mobo. Outlet Jacoby Walter. He comes front court. Gets it to Mobo. Kicks it up top, Walter. Swing it to Shed. On the dribble, near side, Shed. Works back to the left side, far wing. Reverses course. Gets it to Mobile, coming down the baseline. Inside to Robinson. Went through his hands, and the Raptors run out of time. It's a shot clock violation.
That's the same thing I said in the first half when Mobile, and he was doing it early in the season. When he hit the basketball under the rim, he would just put it right back up. Put it right up around there and get 2, 4, 6 points a game. And on this one, as soon as he catches the basketball, he's already looking for the pass to Orlando Robinson. There's not enough real estate down there. You got to go right up with that thing and eat the rim.
Matherin into the lane, loses it, trying to get past R.J. Barrett, turn it over, give it to Toronto. Here come the Raptors front court. Jamal Shed on the bounce. Works near side, right wing. Back to the left, into the middle. Has it stripped. Another turnover. Toppin on the run out, lays it in. Indiana's blown this thing open. They lead by 17. 79-62. Jacoby Walter up top for Toronto. Raptors turnovers just continuing to mount. 16 giving Indiana 20 points. And since the 9 in the first quarter, Indiana's only had 5. Barrett drives down the lane and lays it in. 9 for RJ. Raptors down 79-64. Here comes Nembhard, drives into the lane. Floats it up and in with the left hand. Barrett will bring it front court for Toronto. 20 seconds to go, third quarter, 81-64, Indiana. RJ on the big Pacer logo, a couple steps inside center. Works to the far side left wing. They swing it near side, Boucher. Shot fake, escape, dribble, three, no good. Rebound, Bryant. Outlet Mathurin, 3 seconds to go in the quarter. Gonna shoot for three, and it's no good. But Indiana has a big third quarter, and they lead by 17, 81-64 as we go to the last lap of the track.
I'm going to say one thing, right? And one thing only, turnovers.
Yeah.
Right, turnovers. And for the Raptors, that has been the name of the game, especially in this third quarter. You've got to take care of the basketball because right now Indiana's just getting easy runouts at the basket, easy looks, and this has just been a simple cakewalk of the third quarter for them.
81-64, Pacers by 17, last lap of the track, fourth quarter when we come back. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Touchdown.
Great catch.
Give me a high five.
5 minutes later.
Interception.
Awesome play.
Give me a high five.
2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2-for-1 Pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant, never mind. I'm hungry.
High Five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
The all-electric Honda Prologue SUV is here at your local Ontario Honda dealer. And with features perfect for the city and the backcountry, like all-wheel drive for tougher winter roads and a range up to 450 kilometers on a full charge, you may think Honda made an electric SUV just for Ontario. Get up to a $12,000 Honda bonus on all remaining 2024 Prologue models. Plus, qualified Honda owners get an additional $2,000 loyalty bonus. OAC conditions apply. Range based on combined city and highway. Bonus available when you lease or finance through HFS at a standard rate. See HondaOntario.com.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Last lap of the track, fourth quarter time in the heartland of America, Indianapolis, Indiana. Pacers lead the Raptors 81-64. Fourth quarter action is powered by CMC Markets. Take your trading to the next level with $0 commission on stocks. Raptors have the ball and they will bring it front court. Quickly, Walter, Pirtle, Barrett, and Boucher, and Pirtle called on the offensive foul. That's the way the quarter starts for Toronto. Actually, they're going to get it on Jacoby Walter.
They'll tag it up with Thomas Bryant there on the cut. 8 turnovers for Toronto in that third quarter. They had 8 total in the first half.
Nembhard up top. Nembhard, Bryant, Toppin, Shepard, and Mathurin. Nembhard lays it up and in. Indiana by 19, 83-64. Quickly back for Toronto. His layup is good.
Strong attack. All 5 white shirts, and Indiana was above the free throw line. And IQ seen that, a change of speed, getting right down the lane for 2.
Raptors chop the lead. Nembhard drives. They got an offensive foul on Indiana. It will go on Nembhard. Jonathan Sterling, the official, got him on an underhook. So that'll be Toronto basketball. So Nembhard will check out, and Rick Carlisle will go deep into his bench for the Baylor rookie, Dennis. Deep three from Quickly is good, down the bottom of the well. Raptors cut it to 83-69. Toppin kicks to Shepherd. Now up top, the pass for Dennis, intercepted by Jacoby Walter. On the run, Walter, stop, kick it out. Barrett, an open three, rattles, doesn't go. Boucher with the rebound, but he's fouled underneath. So Dennis takes the foul. A lot of hands on Boucher down there. We got a timeout on the floor, so let's take a break. 10:34 to go, fourth quarter, 83-69 Pacers. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuss shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Oh no, I can't be out of ink. Not now.
Mega Tank.
Why do I always do this to myself? What is that printer that comes with 30 times the ink?
Mega Tank.
Yes, it's a Canon. Megaphone?
Mega Tank.
It's a Canon printer. It comes with like $2,000 worth of ink. Prints me over 7,700 color pages.
Mega Tank.
Mega what?
Listen to the voice in your head and get a Canon Mega Tank printer, so you don't have to think about ink for a long, long time. Canon Mega Tank printers available at Best Buy, Amazon, and Staples.
The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
Indiana leading Toronto 83-69, fourth quarter, 10:34 to go. Do the Raptors have a run in them? We're going to find out. And they're going to need a run if they have any kind of design on winning this game. So Indiana making it tough for Toronto. They stopped turning the ball over. They were guilty of giving it away in the first half, and they've cut down on that big time. Quickly up top for Toronto. Works far side, finds Barrett on Mathurin. Great pass down low to Pirtle, but Toppin came from the weak side to block it. Here comes Mathurin. Front court, right side, far wing. RJ right up on him. Now Dennis. Stops, cross court to Mathurin. On the bounce. Mathurin turns. Nice D by Jacoby Walter.
That's good defense.
The shot missed. Here comes Toronto. Barrett on the run, lays it up and in, and he's fouled. RJ with 13, and he's going to go to the line for one more. Toronto cuts it to 12 at 83-71.
Really good defense, and obviously RJ is going to get credited for the 2 points here and have a chance at 3. But it was Jacoby Walter's defense on Ben Mathurin, moving his feet, didn't bite on any of his jabs, any of his, his moves. and then contested the shot with verticality, discipline, not picking up a foul. And guess what happens? You get onto transition on the other end. Now you have the advantage 5-on-4 with one of the best open court finishers in the league with R.J. Barrett having the ball in his hand.
So Barrett on the line for one shot. Knocks it down. RJ 5 of 5 from the stripe tonight. Like seeing that. He's got 14. Raptors cut it to 11 at 83-72. Halliburton back in the game. Drives, finds Neesmith. Short jumper good from about 12 feet in the lane, right side, far wing. Indiana pushes up a little bit, but the Raptors get it into Barrett. He'll get it over center. Raptors in the red, moving left to right. Mobo gets it to quickly. IQ in the lane. Great pass to Mobo. Has to back out. Barrett now in the corner on Neesmith. Pull up jumper from RJ is good. Wow. Another piece of the puzzle. Another tool I didn't know he had in the belt that regularly.
If he can add that right there consistently. Wow.
Halliburton. Raptors, by the way, have this thing at 11, 85-74. Now it's a chance for 9. Mobo on the run out, lays it up. Goaltend on Neesmith from behind. So it's a 9-point game, 85-76. Now we talked about the run. And if they got one in them, it's got to come now. And as soon as we say that, Ben Shepherd gets an easy one at the other end. 87-76 Indiana. Quickly, stutter dribble. Gets to the hoop, loses the ball, but it goes right to Mobo, who lays it in. 87-78. Jacoby Walter picking up Tyrese Halliburton. Halliburton spins, knocked away by Walter, but it goes right to Turner. He drives and is fouled by Mobo. Raptors picking up the individual defense, and unfortunately that time not quite rewarded. Turner will go to the line for a couple of free throws. First one from Turner is short. 87-78, 8:14 to go. Fourth quarter. Barrett will check out. Turner on the line, second free throw good. Here comes quickly, front court for the Raptors, trailing by 10, 88-78. Quickly all the way to the hoop, lay it up and in. Great job on the run with the 1-foot floater. Siakam back is fouled by Shed as the Raptors did not retreat. Javon, they scored that bucket and guys were just kind of in a home run trap. You got to run back, match up.
It was the exact same way that Quickly scored his basket on one end, right? Going the length of the floor, the easy layup, and then you had 3 red shirts that were kind of just sauntering back casually, while Pascal he's in ultra turbo mode and score mode.
Free throw no good from Siakam. 88-80. Raptors have the lead at 8. Second free throw from Pascal is good. So the lead back to 9 for the Pacers at 89-80. 7:55. Clock running, fourth quarter. We wind toward the top of the stretch. Mobo, Shed, quickly. Mobo drives. Put the shoulder on Turner, but floated it up.
You hear Scotty through the monitor. Scotty loves that type of play.
He'd love it more if he had a finish. Indiana looking for a double-figure lead here if they can score. Neesmith down to the baseline. Kicks it up top to Turner. Deep three in the air, good. Whenever you see Miles Turner bow like that, he bends at the waist and put that ball down. It's like he's going to raise up.
Well, I said it earlier, right? And you look at where he's scoring those threes from, at the top of the key, right at the top of the key. And it doesn't matter the distance. He's 4 for 4 from there.
Quickly step back jumper, got it. 92-82. Toronto down 10. 7:05, fourth quarter. Here comes Halliburton on Shed. Works right, far side. Into the corner, Neesmith guarded by Boucher. Puts it on the ground, into the lane. And Chris says, no, not tonight. Blocks the shot out of bounds. (92-82), Toronto down 10. Turner in the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound to Baji. Raptors have a chance to get this to single digits at 8 or 7. Quickly. Gets it to Mobile in the lane, floated up, no good. But Neesmith had come over and Mobile was more interested in avoiding the charge than he was scoring. And he's going to take the offensive foul. 6:32 to go. Halliburton front court for the Pacers in the white. Moving right to left. Kicks to Neesmith. Catch and shoot three. Good. The lead back to 13, 95-82. Darko wants a timeout. Let's take a break. Top of the stretch, 6:19 to go. Indiana 95, Toronto 82. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp now for free information on how to get started today. InventHelp provides invention services that help everyday inventors get started with their idea. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. Our services include professional materials needed to showcase your invention, and 3D animation and prototype modeling that help you demonstrate your idea. Get down to the details of your idea with a technical drawing. The InventHelp Databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Take advantage of the opportunity to get started today.
Call 1-800-353-6081. That's 1-800-353-6081. Again, 1-800-353-6081.
Touchdown. Great catch.
Give me a high five.
5 minutes later.
Interception.
Awesome play.
Give me a high five.
2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2-for-1 Pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant, never mind. I'm hungry.
High five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
2-for-1 pizza. There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Raptors trailing the Pacers 95-82 with 6:19 to go, fourth quarter. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard, you heard from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward. In the postgame, you heard from Josh Lewinberg. In the pregame and at halftime, Owen Hall, our producer, Malcolm Daly, technical producer behind the glass, as the Raptors had it down to a single-digit lead, single-digit deficit at 8 points, but Indiana pushing back right now. Raptors shorthanded tonight. No Scotty Barnes. And Jakob Poeltl is on a minutes restriction, although he's played 24 minutes, half the game. I wonder if he's bumping his head against that minute limit now.
Good to see him out there. He's also played well this time. 4 for 8 from the floor, 10 points and 5 rebounds. The first game back.
Shed on the dribble. Gets it to Grady in the lane, lays it up and in. Nice move by Grady.
Defense always falls asleep on that second cutter, and Grady, a tight curl to the basket, strong finish.
8 points for Grady. Siakam just beat him on the dribble and got the 2 back.
Take the handoff and just turned over his left shoulder, getting downhill on that right slot.
Mobo in the lane for Toronto. And he's fouled as he got to the basket. No shots though, 97-84. Indiana by 13. 5:40 to go in the ball game. Shed inbound to Mobo. Now to Grady near side. Down the baseline. Picks up his dribble, Siakam smothering him. They kick it out to Boucher. Now to Shed. Shot clock at 5. Tries to find Boucher on a screen and roll in the lane. Knocked away. Pacers with the steal. Nembhard to Siakam. On the dribble out top against Grady. Now he switches on to Shed and backs him right into the lane. About a 10-footer in and out for Siakam. Here comes Toronto. Shed into the lane. Great pass to Mobo. Has the shot blocked by Turner. And they're going to call a goaltend. And every Indiana player on the floor wheeling their finger. They want the review. We get a look at it here on the replay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Rick Carlisle does indeed call the timeout. And he does indeed want the review. And we will stay here to see how the results transpire.
That was Miles Turner coming over for that block. And I mentioned it earlier. He's one of those rare big men in the league that blocks shots, but also gets out to the three-point line. And he's one of 4 players that have 90 or more blocks and 90 more threes this year, joining Jackson Jr., Wembanyama, and Brook Lopez. It's really good company down low.
Yeah. Well, I thought it looked like a clean block when I initially saw it. I don't have the same angle as the official, and we are not, of course, in the arena. But there was adamant gesturing from the Pacers on the floor to Rick Carlisle, who, I guess if you trust your players that much.
Upon review, the ball was inside the cylinder above the rim when it was hit, making it a goaltending violation that was correctly called. The challenge is unsuccessful. Indiana's charged this timeout, and they have no further challenges.
Well, there you go. The block was clean, but part of the ball was in the cylinder. So it's not like it was on the way down or anything. Yeah, we get the overhead view here, and there was indeed a portion of the ball in the cylinder. So the Raptors get the deuce, and the lead is cut to 97-86. Still lots of work to be done for Toronto, down 11. Halliburton, 28 points on the night, make it 31. He dropped the 3 straight away. Indiana by 14, 100-86.
He has managed this game for Indiana. Start out shooting the basketball exceptionally well, which 10 assists to go along with that 31 points.
Quickly misses the 3 up top. Here comes Halliburton. As Javon said, he's had a heck of a game. Throws it to Siakam, back to Halliburton. Drive, finds Turner. Shot fake, dribble, jumper in the air, good for 3. Pacers stretch the lead to 17 at 103-86, and Darko wants a timeout.
They've been scorching.
Yeah.
They have been scorching.
53% from the floor.
And 41% from the three-point line. With those type, you would think that the free throws were shot better as well, but they're only 62% from the free throw line. And you think about the shots that they're getting are some really good shots. And I mentioned giving Tyrese Halliburton his flowers, his credit, the way he has managed this game. And, he started out scoring the basketball and then became a threat, right? The Raptors focused in and honed in on him a bit more. paid a bit more attention to him defensively, and then he started to get into the paint, right? He started to wreak some havoc there and become a bit more surgical and methodical with his playmaking, which is, translated into 25 assists for Indiana on 39 made baskets. 11 of those assists have come from Halliburton.
Well, Indiana trying to stretch it out, and remember, this was a team that last year made it to the conference final. I mean, they were right in there against Boston. And the way the standings look now, there's going to be a race to the finish line here in the East. How about the Detroit Pistons tonight, putting it on the Boston Celtics? 117-94, Detroit leading with a minute to go in the fourth quarter. J.B. Bickerstaff, as good as Kenny Atkinson and the Cavs have been, J.B. Bickerstaff gets my vote for Coach of the Year. Mobile in the lane, drives on Turner and lays it in. A very aggressive move there by young Mobile.
Yep. And that's what you wanted to see from him all night, right? Is that type of aggression where he was deliberate and intentional with his attack.
103-88. Halliburton drives. Raptors block the shot. They come back with numbers. Quickly on the floater, no good. Tipped up, no good. Halliburton didn't get back. Got an easy one on the run out and jams it down. 33 for Halliburton. 105-88. Indiana by 17. 3:10 to go. Down the stretch we come. The Pacers with the big lead. Barrett layup no good. Rebound, here comes Indiana. Siakam in the lane, floats it up and in. Pascal with 15 tonight against his old team. Quickly to Mobile. Barrett, three up top, no good. And now Rick Carlisle wants a timeout. 2:43 to go. We'll keep it here as the Pacers own their largest lead of the game at 19. 107-88, and we'll see what Rick Carlisle comes out of this timeout with. But right now, his Pacers, I really felt like they got out, Javon, and I wouldn't say they were toying with the Raptors, but it just felt like at times the Raptors were not really a threat to win this.
Yeah, and I think, as much as we felt like that, they hung around for a good portion of the game. And I think a part of that has been like, they just weren't able to score the basketball, right? And like you said, Indiana wasn't taking advantage of it. And then in that third quarter, Toronto just coughed up the basketball. And if they didn't in that third quarter, they would have still given themselves a chance to be in this game, right? And probably get into the fourth, have some momentum. But and that's the thing with Indiana as well, right? They allow you to hang in games.
Yeah, the way they play, yes, I agree.
That is danger, right? That's a danger zone as well, right? This could have easily been a game where the Raptors kicked it into gear and chipped away. They got 2 or 3 stops consecutively and then got 2 or 3 baskets consecutively. But instead, we've seen those turnovers, and that's when Indiana really broke this thing open.
So Rick Carlisle's emptied the bench. Thomas Bryant with a putback jam after Dennis misses the shot. Raptors back quickly. Mobo in the lane is fouled by Jarris Walker. It's Dennis, Walker, Shepard, Johnny Furphy, and Thomas Bryant. Mobo on the line, first free throw up and down. It's on to Chicago after this for Toronto. The Bulls right now own a 1-point lead over the Clippers at halftime, 60-59. Mobo knocks down a couple of free throws. But the Raptors still down big. Indiana has been very methodical once they took care of their turnovers in the first half. Walker up top, no good. Rebound, Grady has it. Couple of Houston Cougars on the floor, and Walker and Shed, and a couple of Kansas Jayhawks, Grady Dick and Johnny Furphy. Ben Shepherd off to Dennis. Inside, Thomas Bryant lays it in. Minute and a half to go. Indiana up by 21, and they make a steal. Long three, no good. Standing rebound, Jacoby Walter. Walter drives, gets in the lane, and is fouled by Jarris Walker. And Jacoby Walter will go to the line for a couple of shots. So Jacoby Walter will go to the line. And when you look at the Raptors this season, Javon, they've got solid contributions from the rookies. Yeah. Walter, Mobo. To me, Jamal Shed has been absolutely terrific in his rookie season.
Yeah, to me, Jamal, he doesn't even play like a rookie.
No.
Because the plays that he makes are very seasoned plays. And he's also gotten a lot better as the year has gone on. So, and his physicality as well. So you don't really categorize him in that rookie group.
You got to remind yourself sometimes.
Yeah. And I think it's the physicality that he plays with and just the toughness.
Under a minute to go, Indiana by 20, 111-91. Offensive foul, Thomas Bryant had Jacoby Walter and just tried to run him over, and they got the foul on Bryant. Here comes Shed, front court. Drives, has it tied up, gets it back. Finds Mobile. Three ball up top, no good. Bryant with the rebound. 35 seconds to go. Game is slowed to a walk. As the Pacers looking to run out the clock, a lot of the fans at Gamebridge have left the building. The Pacers will take the turnover on the shot clock violation, which I believe should not be categorized as a turnover. When you're up 20 and you're inside of 30 seconds and you're kind of following that unwritten rule. But the Raptors can't help themselves and turn it back over. Indiana gives it away. Grady fires a three, no good. Summer League game is broken out. Grady with another three, no good. And that's the way the ball game ends. Indiana defeats Toronto. It's a final from Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. Pacers 111, Raptors 91.
Tough one for the Raptors, and this is when you wrap up, and obviously you're undermanned, not having Scotty Barnes in the lineup, and he's been the heart and soul, especially the way he's played over the last couple of games. But the turnovers in the second half are really what hurt them. Right, 13 turnovers in the second half, and obviously we know the 8 of those in that third quarter, where Indiana really just got out on a run, made a couple shots, and credit Tyrese Halliburton, who got off to an exceptional start to early in this game, and we were laughing about it. He was hitting 3 after 3, and it just seemed like he was going further back to the half-court line.
Yeah,
finished with 33 points, 11 assists, and this Indiana team is playing good. They're playing some really good basketball right now. Pascal is having himself a year where he's shooting the basketball well, career year shooting the ball from 3. And they've sort of started to put it together again.
Yeah, and this is a good time to do it, right after the All-Star break, heading to playoffs.
People probably forgot about them a bit after last year's playoffs. but they're picking it up at the right time. And again, this is a night where Emmanuel quickly goes out there, and it's a challenge for him, right? Figuring out that point guard position and figuring out the balance between being aggressive and orchestrating the offense. For, Abaji, 4 for 10 from the floor, and different guys just stepping up, figuring out ways to step up and contribute. RJ Barrett didn't shoot the basketball well, 5 for 15, 1 for 6 from the 3. But a positive there is he shot the ball well from the free throw line. So you always got to take little wins and small wins, and then roll those over into your next game.
Small victories. I hear you. Unfortunately, it was a big victory for the Pacers tonight. 111-91 over the Raptors. It's on to Chicago Friday night for Toronto, where they'll try again to get back in the left-hand column. For everybody here, we say thank you for listening. Indiana 111, Toronto 91. This has been Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network. Good night from Toronto. Jim Taddy in the postgame up next.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Story from Alpine News Network. Jan owns a home and a restaurant fusing French and Mexican cuisine. But she is fusing no more because her ovens have gone kaput. She called Alpine Credits, who sent their speedy superhero. With her business loan approved, her ovens were quickly fixed. The hero even had some of her poutine nachos. Yum! Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
The all-electric Honda Prologue SUV is here at your local Ontario Honda dealer. And with features perfect for the city and the backcountry, like all-wheel drive for tougher winter roads and a range up to 450 kilometers on a full charge, you may think Honda made an electric SUV just for Ontario. Get up to a $12,000 Honda bonus on all remaining 2024 Prologue models. Plus, qualified Honda owners get an additional $2,000 loyalty bonus. OAC conditions apply. Range based on combined city and highway. Bonus available when you lease or finance through HFS at a standard rate. See HondaOntario.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed a musty smell in your home? I hope not, because damp smells mean that you could have a crawl space problem. That's where
8 p.m. Wisconsin takes on UCLA on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 85. 9 p.m. Colorado faces Arizona State on XM 383 Internet 973. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Wednesday, February the 26th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In NCAA college men's basketball, 6:30 p.m., Maryland takes on Michigan State. Maryland on Sirius 162, XM 195, and Internet 957. Michigan State on Sirius 161, XM 196, and Internet 958.
MLB Network Radio is your home for 24/7 baseball talk, featuring on-site coverage of every major event from spring training through the World Series and expert analysis from former general managers and players. Sirius XM, Channel 89.
I'm Mick Kern with It Happened in Baseball, August 31st, 1990. It's part of baseball lore, playing catch with your father in the backyard. The Griffey family took that a few steps further. Ken Griffey had enjoyed a solid career as an outfielder on the Big Red Machine and later saw time with the Yankees, Braves, and Mariners. It was during that final stop in Seattle that Dad got to play ball with his son, Ken Griffey Jr., selected first overall in the 1987 amateur draft by the Mariners. Baseball history was made at the Kingdome in Seattle on that final day in August when father and son took to the field together, the first time that ever occurred in Major League Baseball. Griffey Sr. had been released by the Cincinnati Reds only 2 days earlier, and the Mariners jumped at the chance to bring him west. The father and son duo had an immediate impact on the game, both banging out hits in the first inning as Seattle went on to defeat the Kansas City Royals 5-2. Sr. began the game in left field, went 1 for 4 with a walk and a run scored. Jr. then in his second season in the big leagues patrolled center field, going 1 for 4 with a run scored. Most notable was a game only 2 weeks later when first father, then son, hit home runs off Kirk McCaskill of the California Angels. For the rest of that season and the first part of the next campaign, father and son got into 51 games together before the elder Griffey hung up the cleats in June of 1991. Ken Griffey Jr. later said playing in the big leagues with his father was the biggest thing that ever happened to him outside of the birth of his kids. For It Happened in Baseball, I'm Mick Kern.
On the court and off, your home for the NBA is SiriusXM. Follow all the drama as your favorite team vies for it all. SiriusXM NBA Radio, SiriusXM 86.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM sports schedule for Wednesday, February the 26th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the EPL, 2:30 p.m., Brentford faces Everton. Brentford on Internet 1915, Everton on Internet 1935. 2:30 p.m., Manchester United faces Ipswich. Manchester United feed on Internet 1965, Ipswich on Internet 1945. 2:30 p.m., Nottingham Forest takes on Arsenal. Nottingham Forest on Internet 1975, Arsenal on Internet 1900. 2:30 p.m., Tottenham faces Manchester City. Tottenham on Internet 1985, Manchester City on Internet 1960. 3:15 p.m., Liverpool faces Newcastle. Liverpool on Internet 1955, Newcastle on Internet 1970. National feed on Sirius XM and Internet channels 157. In Major League Baseball spring training action, 1:05 p.m., Washington Nationals take on the Houston Astros on XM 175, Internet 851. 1:05 p.m., Atlanta Braves take on the Pittsburgh Pirates on XM 177, Internet 842. 1:05 p.m., Boston Red Sox take on the Tampa Bay Rays on XM 178, Internet 844. 1:05 p.m., Detroit Tigers face the Minnesota Twins on XM 176, Internet 850. 1:07 p.m., Toronto Blue Jays face the Philadelphia Phillies on XM 179, Internet 868. 1:10 p.m., Miami Marlins face the New York Mets on XM 180, Internet 855. 3:05 p.m., Kansas City Royals face the Colorado Rockies, Royals on Internet 852, Rockies on Internet 849. 3:05 p.m., Cleveland Guardians face the Texas Rangers on Internet 848. 3:10 p.m., LA Angels take on the Cincinnati Reds, Angels on Internet 853, Reds on Internet 847. 3:10 p.m., Milwaukee Brewers take on the LA Dodgers, Brewers on Internet 856, Dodgers on Internet 854. 3:10 p.m., Seattle Mariners take on the A's on Internet 841. In the NBA, 7 p.m., Washington Wizards take on the Portland Trailblazers. Wizards on Sirius 138, XM 213 and Internet 909. Blazers on Internet 904. 7 p.m. Detroit Pistons face the Boston Celtics. Pistons on Sirius 139, XM 212 and Internet 888. Celtics on Internet 881. 7 p.m. New York Knicks take on the Philadelphia 76ers. Knicks on Sirius XM channels 86, Internet 899. 76ers on Internet 902. 7 p.m. Indiana Pacers face the Toronto Raptors. Pacers on Sirius XM channels 167, Internet 891, Raptors on Internet 907. 7:30 p.m., Miami Heat face the Atlanta Hawks. Heat on Sirius 132, XM 214 and Internet 895, Hawks on Internet 880. 7:30 p.m., Brooklyn Nets face the Oklahoma City Thunder. Nets on Sirius 160, XM 215 and Internet 882, Thunder on Internet 900. 8 p.m., Chicago Bulls take on the LA Clippers. Bulls on Sirius 108, XM 216 and Internet 884, Clippers on Internet 892. 9 p.m. Utah Jazz face the Sacramento Kings. Jazz on Sirius 146, XM 217 and Internet 908. Kings on Internet 905. 9:30 p.m. Houston Rockets take on the San Antonio Spurs. Rockets on Sirius XM channels 86, Internet 890. Spurs on Internet 906. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Ottawa Senators take on the Winnipeg Jets. Senators on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 939. Jets on Internet 951. 9:30 p.m., Colorado Avalanche take on the New Jersey Devils. Avalanche on Sirius 208, XM 219 and Internet 926. Devils on Internet 936. 10 p.m., LA Kings face the Vancouver Canucks. Kings on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 932. Canucks on Internet 948. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Wednesday, February the 26th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates.
SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 brings you expert analysis from former players, coaches, and executives, plus reaction to all the latest news on the only 24/7 station dedicated to the National Football League.
Speed, skill, hands.
Pavel Bure was one of the most fascinating talents to ever step onto the ice. Even as a young kid, he seemed to always have a knack for finding the back of the net. At the pro level, he put fans into shock and goalies into nightmares on a nightly basis. The man they called the Russian Rocket dazzled hockey fans around the world. Embedded in a family of Olympic athletes, there was no question Pavel Bure was going to succeed on the ice. Playing for CSKA Moscow as a teenager with the likes of Sergei Fedorov, Slava Fetisov, and Igor Larionov pushed him to become one of the best goal scorers the game of hockey has ever seen. In the NHL, alongside his brother Valerie, Pavel consistently put up high-scoring seasons on bad teams. In his rookie campaign, he won the Calder Trophy and put himself on the map. Twice he captured the Maurice Rocket Richard Trophy. 5 times he finished with 50 or more goals. He played over 700 games in which he scored 437 times and added 342 assists. He was bypassed in his first 6 years of eligibility for the Hall of Fame, but was voted in on June 27, 2012, alongside Matt Sundin, Joe Sakic, and Adam Oates. He became the 5th Soviet or Russian, and to this date, he's the only Hall of Famer to spend the majority of his playing career in Vancouver. One of the best, the Russian Rocket Pavel Bure. For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Pete.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM sports schedule for Wednesday, February the 26th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In NCAA college men's basketball, 6:30 p.m., Maryland takes on Michigan State. Maryland on Sirius 162, XM 195, and Internet 957. Michigan State on Sirius 161, XM 196, and Internet 958. 6:30 p.m. UConn faces Georgetown on Sirius 137, XM 201, and Internet 963. 7 p.m. Auburn faces Ole Miss. Auburn on Sirius XM and Internet channels 84. Ole Miss on Sirius 119, XM 191, and Internet 961. 7 p.m. Clemson faces Notre Dame on XM and Internet 371. Notre Dame on XM 386, Internet 976. 7 p.m. Syracuse takes on NC State on XM 385, Internet 975. 7 p.m. Texas A&M faces Vanderbilt on Sirius 106, XM 190, and Internet 960. 7 p.m. UCF faces Kansas State on XM 383, Internet 973. 8 p.m. Memphis takes on Rice on Sirius XM and Internet channels 83. 8:30 p.m. Indiana faces Penn State on Sirius 162, XM 195, and Internet 957. 8:30 p.m. Seton Hall faces Villanova on XM 390, Internet 980. 9 p.m. Arizona faces Utah on Sirius XM and Internet channels 84. 9 p.m. Arkansas faces Texas with the Arkansas feed on XM 380, Internet 970. Texas on XM 392, Internet 982. National feed on XM 381, Internet 971. 9 p.m. Butler faces St. John's. Butler on XM 389, Internet 979. St. John's on Sirius 137, XM 201, and Internet 963. 9 p.m. Creighton faces DePaul. Creighton on XM 388, Internet 978. DePaul on XM 387, Internet 977. 9 p.m. Oklahoma faces Kentucky. Oklahoma on Sirius 106, XM 190, and Internet 960. Kentucky on Sirius 119, XM 191, and Internet 961. 9 p.m. Stanford faces Boston College. Stanford on XM 385, Internet 975. Boston College on XM 384, Internet 974. 9 p.m. Wake Forest faces Virginia on XM and Internet 371. 9:30 p.m. Arizona State faces BYU on Sirius XM and Internet channels 143. 10:30 p.m. USC faces Ohio State on Sirius 162, XM 195, and Internet 957. 11 p.m. Cal faces SMU. Cal on XM and Internet 371. SMU on XM 381, Internet 971. 11 p.m. Oregon State faces San Francisco on XM 382, Internet 972. In NCAA college women's basketball, 7 p.m. Michigan takes on Iowa. on XM 387, Internet 977. 7 p.m. Ohio State faces Michigan State. Ohio State on Sirius XM and Internet channels 81. Michigan State on Sirius 159, XM 197, and Internet 959. 7 p.m. West Virginia faces Utah on Sirius 94, XM 198, and Internet 952. 7:30 p.m. Oklahoma State faces Cincinnati on Sirius 98, XM 199, and Internet 953. 8 p.m. Minnesota faces Washington on Internet 983. 8 p.m. Wisconsin takes on UCLA on Sirius XM and Internet channels 85. 9 p.m. Colorado faces Arizona State on XM 383, Internet 973. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Wednesday, February the 26th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In NCAA college men's basketball, 6:30 p.m., Maryland takes on Michigan State. Maryland on Sirius 162, XM 195, and Internet 957. Michigan State on Sirius 161, XM 196, and Internet 958.
Hear it all on demand. Your favorite shows, your favorite games. Don't miss a second of your favorite